About this game and who's playing what as we get into game one between TSM and OG.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, we're coming into a bit of a rematch here. It may not be the grand finals right now, but maybe with the way these results go, they both make the playoffs. And we get the rematch we're really hoping for, a BO3 grand final against these two teams. But there is revenge to be had, and we'll see if the revenge will be taken.
Yeah, but it's going to be very much on TSM, as we see the one skirmish ship, perhaps. Nah, just running out.
Yeah, not jaunting to the illusory orb, but OG putting some pressure on, and maybe they go for this. There's the rebound, obviously just level 1, so there's no disposed to follow that up. The Dragon Tail, that comes through on a Saberlight. He's on the run. The Fatal Bonds connect them all. The illusory orb is there, and Amar is going to get that first blood. So OG didn't look like they wanted to go for it until TSM made that aggressive jump with the Marcy.
Yeah, usually when both teams see each other like that, there wouldn't really be a first blood.
Right.
But yeah, you make the initiation happen and they get punished for it. Oh man, also he has a jump target on Ubu.
Well, he's got it. He jumped back. Oh dear, Moon Meander. That's well, that's going to be another death, I suppose. But he does have the Fairy Fire, and they give up on it. I thought it would be another one. He put himself in between 3 heroes. That looked like certain death.
Some of the OG heroes actually gave up hitting him, though, because they thought he was going to jump out. So they're like, whoa, he's back in. But now he's extremely low in the lane, so he won't really be able to support the TB too well. But just regarding this match in general, though, if TSM lose just a single map, they're out. So they have to 2-0 OG to force a tiebreaker against them.
Pressure's on.
Pressure is on indeed.
So one thing we saw in the draft is they banned the Timber, they banned the Razor on TSM, but you still pick the Viper.
Yeah.
And like, if you've been on a lot of pro teams, you've had a lot of experience with this. How do you ban for this? Like, it always feels like Amar just gets the hero he wants, and like then he just goes to the Void Spirit, even if you do put enough bans out.
Yeah, you only have 2 bans, so if you want to quote-unquote waste 2 bans on him, you know, he's just going to pick the 3rd hero. It's Viper, Razor, as well as Timbersaw, and he can't ban all of them, and he's very comfortable on all of them. So the right idea might just, you know, don't ban his heroes at all, perhaps.
And just focus on the rest of the team.
Yeah, give him too much choice.
We'll have to see. Bottom lane, there are 3 heroes here, but they're not level 2 on the side of TSM just yet. Not allowing them to go for this even more if they were to have the rebound as well as the dispose.
Yeah. This is looking real rough, though. Like, leaving a Venomancer solo, the hero is all about lane, right? Leaving him solo and losing the lane with him means he won't really have any sort of way back into the game. So I don't really like what TSM is doing here, to be honest.
There's the rebound, but again, no dispose. Not sure that's going to matter. The right clicks are coming in. Taiga getting low, but he survives with that Fairy Fire.
Yeah, still trialing bottom, though. They want to shut down Amar, but is it worth losing a Venomancer for it?
I'm almost like of the crowd of people that believe it's impossible to shut down Amar.
Well, we'll see about that.
We've seen his lanes go poorly, right? And like yesterday, he's playing Timber, his game's not going that well, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's middle of the pack on the net worth. We're accustomed to him being top of the net worth. And where is he towards the middle late game? Top of the net worth. He just rebounds so well.
Yeah, but if you get away with that much against the tri-lane, that is an issue for TSM, obviously. Like, you try in here to keep him down as much as possible, and Venomancer's not really too happy at all.
You weren't exactly impressed with that Venomancer pick.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of the hero.
Just a little bit of back and forth.
Misha.
We've seen this Warlock a lot in the Chinese region. This is definitely a hero that has found its place as a solid 5 pick. A lot of 5s that offer that healing. Obviously, Warlock does with the Shadow Word, and the early Fatal Bonds is strong too. Like this hero, it's 4-4-0 with the Golem when available. It really can be disgusting. And then to think about what Upheaval does when you start getting it, like this hero is pretty strong from the 5.
Yeah, and Warlock is definitely a top-notch pick. Much more in China than in other regions, of course. But yeah. Like, he in this game also is going to look very, very strong. Because those team fights, he will probably always get a rock off. And coupled with the Fatal Bonds and the coil, you have like nice burst damage too coming from the Ursa. So Fatal Bonds are going to do very, 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 very much. Misha is actually dead, I think.
Misha.
Oh, he's out.
They'll go for the TP out, but while that's happening, they do get themselves the kill on the Dragonite.
Yeah. So the tri lane finally paying off with a kill. So the good thing is obviously Terrorblade is completely free farming. That's what you want. He counters Ursa fairly nice. Right, once you get up your Skadi, your BKB, they don't really have anything to deal with you. But until then, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
It'll be interesting to see who moves off the mid first and makes that aggressive play. Bryle was back in base, he TP's back to mid. We obviously Puck, a very valuable hero when it comes to anywhere past 6, right?
Yeah.
You've got that Dream Coil, you have a lot of mobility, you can really make team fights happen early on. So it'll be interesting to see how BZM approaches this, especially once he gets there. And against this tri-lane where I feel like you might even have some success picking off these supports if they're not too careful.
I'm really surprised.
And just the toss, okay.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any. Mid lane should never be any kills. Like, if a kill happens, it's just a misplay on either side.
Or support comes over.
Or support comes over, exactly. A solo kill is very rare in Dota nowadays because everyone is so good at the game. I'm actually really surprised that Saberlight is having such a good game. He's level 5. 1v2.
They're going to go in. They've got the Icarus dive. There's the Dispose. Dragon Tail comes out from Taiga. Amar dropping low, probably going to burn out and will fall to Dubu. All Taiga can do is really just watch it. He throws a stun, but that's it.
Yeah, they did not expect that tri-lane. One of the bigger weaknesses of Warlock is he is not great in tri-lanes. Right? You need that experience, you need fast level 6, you really don't want to be shutting down your levels too much. My biggest worry is just how much Saberlight is getting, honestly. 1v2, that should not happen.
Yeah, he seems like he's super free right now.
Oh, Taiga's dead.
In some trouble, and by some trouble, it's more like he's dead on his screen already. He'll fall. You've got Tomato getting another kill, and it's just, he's 1-0-2. He's 33-15 in the CS. Everything coming up Millhouse right now for TSM.
Yeah, BZM needs that next rune. He's actually going to base. He's not even going to try to contest for that rune. And then we're probably going to see a coil rotation. Also, look at Uragi's item build. He's going for Midas' first item on Ursa. He's getting pressured out of the lane by Saberlight. 1v2.
Yeah. And his build is 1-3-1, so high in the poison sting. He's using these plague wards to farm as well as he can, and it feels like Uragi is kind of a little bit flustered with the way the lane's going, especially like you said, in a 2v1 situation for OG.
Yeah. Going Midas first on the hero is very unusual on the Ursa. Really greedy. Doesn't really give you too much. They just can't aggress on him. No way. They'll need a Puck coil.
Which you'd like to see come, but right now TSM, they're bringing Bryle over. He's working with an arcane rune. He's got a full bottle. Could wrap around if he finds the right opportunity. So as you see, OG, they're already getting behind their tower and into the trees as Bryle free to show himself as Saberlight sieges the tower. And BZM, he's bottom.
Yeah. TB is not level 6 yet, so no Thunder opportunity.
Bryle under the tower and into the trees. They're going to try and make something of this, but they've got themselves the avalanche, the toss. Level 6 for Uragi. He's forced to TP away. Misha may not be so fortunate, and it's looking like he's going to be food for thought. And the thought process is, hey, if we can't get Ursa, we'll take the Warlock.
Up to a 1k lead already. And yeah, the Trident actually worked out perfectly. We haven't really seen a Trident for quite a while. But if you have lanes like this, especially with the Marcy, it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure what this Ursa item build is about. Usually you go into the fast diffu on the battlefield if you want to be greedy.
Avalanche out.
Going to half.
Oh gosh, this is Misha again, just not surviving the onslaught, but they do have the Dream Coil on it too. They will snap it on the Tiny. They get the kill on the Saberlight. They'll look over at Bryle. The Avalanche lands on both, but they've got the Waning Rift for the silence. He's under the tower. He'll look for the kill. He'll grab it before he dies. It's a double kill for BZM. And they lose the tower. It's a good couple of kills for BZM, who's going to have to now have the job of, hey, I need to open up the map for my Ursa.
Yeah, no, I mean, Ursa's still going to go into the Diffuser Blade afterwards. It's just going to delay all his timings by quite a bit. And if you're in a scenario where their late game is, I would say, quite a bit better, because Terrorblade destroys Ursa. Is that item really worth it? Will it backfire? I guess we'll find out in like 10 minutes or so.
Right. who again, now Taiga, he's the one in
He
trouble.
might just be dead, he has no TP.
He could just get run down. Yeah, there's no TP, and Saberlight with no tier 1 tower there, he's free to just chase down this Dragonite. Taiga on the run, Saberlight, he's got the Plague Ward, he's still following, but he's not committing and maybe worried about now what lies towards the outpost and the tier 2, but that seemed like a kill for sure.
Yeah. He could have gotten the kill, but as you said, it's pretty risky to chase him down all the way. You never know who might or might not be TPing to the outpost.
So Ursa does have that Midas.
Yeah.
Phase Diffusal.
Goes into the Morbid Mask next. Then into the Diffuser Blade. It's gonna be quite late. He knows Tiger's still up there. Oh, this time you're dead.
Yeah, rebound. And if they want it, they have the Dispose, but they don't need it. Avalanche as well as the Toss. Bryle's having a good game on this Tiny so far. 2-1-1. That death up top, he got the tower. It was kind of worth it. They also got another kill on Misha.
Yeah. And
See the
Terrorblade.
focus in Saberlight's eyes.
It's just free to farm. The triangle, the mid lane. This is like a perfect Terrorblade game so far. You got a tri lane, you're super happy there. And then you just start transitioning to full farm mode. Already into the Yasha, going Manta style first. Lots of nice spells to dispel in this game.
He's having a perfect game so far, but does OG's team fight scare him at all? With the Chaotic Offering, the Dream Coil coming out, and then maybe what Amar can offer once he does get into the Rod of Atos, or he's also got the Dragonlance queued up.
It is pretty scary, but if you go like Manta into BKB, they don't really have any way to shut you down. And then once you get into the Skadi, is really when the Ursa is mega afraid of you. So I'm expecting more of a defensive item first, and then into the damage later.
Dubu taking that solo experience over bottom while the rest of the team is left. So he's got that level 6. He does have Supernova available. Amar already backing off the lane as Bryle moving forward with his Invis rune. They've got a Sentry, so they do see him. It's on its last legs. It's only got about 30 seconds left on the Sentry, but it works out in their favor. They've also got Misha behind, ready with a Chaotic Offering if need be. So it's a very important moment here for TSM, because I think if Bryle dies again, it does open up a lot of opportunity for OG to just kind of feel confident and gain back what they've lost in the laning stage.
Yeah, especially because he's like pretty much the only stunner. Sure, Mars is a stun too, but it's not really easy to land at all.
We've seen Moon have trouble with it in this tournament.
He didn't actually go for Blink Dagger on Tiny, which is very curious, because they don't really have any form of initiation.
Going into the Elder Dragon form, looking over at Moomiander. There's the Dragon Tail. They've got the Shadow Word, Illusory Orb, Moomiander very dead. Ooh, Plague Ward's trying to get a courier here.
He has a Midas queued up on the Marcy. What?
So
he only finished the Cluster of Haste so far.
Midas Basher, maybe?
I mean, I hope he's not going to go through with that, because that Midas is going to come at like minute 15 or 16. Like, usually you want to go for a Blink Dagger or some sort of
or even
initiation.
We've seen the Aether Lens in China.
That is so greedy. Like, that is beyond greedy. That's what I would get reported for in a pub game.
What, Midas?
Yeah, on a Marcy like that.
Marcy.
Dire's middle tower is under
Taking a look at this heat map here, Bryle spent a lot of time up towards top. Mid, obviously, lane there, so it's going to be quite bright, but the lights are on top where Bryle's been, and well, hopefully OG, they're trying to put on a blackout here and turn off his heat map and turn off the lights.
Does it scare you at all that he chose to not go for Blink Dagger and that the other initiator is going for Midas? Like, who's going to ever go in for
It does worry me that they're not going to really be able to walk into this fight or blink in and initiate, like you're saying. You kind of need that, especially with the way OG are going to be moving at you. You assume that Taiga's going to be getting a Blink Dagger. Icarus dive into the Supernova. They're going to go here for the Ursa over mid. The TPs are coming in, but are they going to be in time? It looks likely that they are. The Dream Coil is down on a 2. It'll snap on Bryle. Chaotic Offering. That's going to land on a 2. They've got the Fatal Bonds to follow it up. Saberlight ends up dead. He threw out that ulti, but to no avail. So they do come to save their Ursa. Yuragi feeling very protected by the rest of his team. And he's getting closer and closer to that Diffusal Blade. You can see OG, they're doing a good job of returning the favor of losing the laning phase and, well, saying, hey, this is how it feels, guys.
Yeah, they're also looking at Timado. Oh, he gets juked. Dragon Tail. Oh.
You heard the crowd.
I heard the crowd.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't have it pre-clicked, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have that Terrorblade.
Oh, man.
Who now finishes
Same
Manchester.
noise as you, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this kind of thing you can feel. You can feel. Like, if you're Taiga at that moment, you're like, ah.
has fallen.
So close, yet so
Radiant's
far.
bottom tower is under
So
attack.
bot tower is gonna fall to the Viper as well as the Golem. So opening up the map a little bit more for the Ursa. But the Terrorblade's still untouched.
And
Finishes
farming
Manta
really
already
well.
at minute 14. That's a very good timing. His next item is going to be very telling. If he goes into his Skadi, the Ursa is not going to be as big of a problem, but he will have to be careful with the Viper as well as the Puck.
Hasn't queued anything yet.
Yeah, usually they wait a little bit to keep us guessing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. It's not just because they haven't made up their mind. It's actually they're trying
course.
to trick the observers.
Yeah, the professional players they know exactly what they want to do.
Yeah. Well, sure.
He just finished a Magic Wand and a Clarity. Very
telling.
telling, yeah.
Sure.
Telling that he's running out of mana.
Yeah.
Skadi. Okay. It's going to be Skadi.
Okay, so 450 until Ursa's got this Diffusal Blade to pick up the Yules on Saberlight. He's going into the Spirit Vessel, but that's after the Yules. Do you think that that kind of messes with the timing?
It's for the survivability. Also, it's a very reliable coil nowadays to break the coil.
Pretty quick Yules.
Yeah. And it's also a great item against Ursa, right? He jumps in, enrages, you Yule him, suddenly the enrage time is over. And then he's not that strong anymore.
Technically, you Cyclone. Dream Coil coming out. It's on a Bryle, but they do have the help from Saberlight. Tosses him back as he jumps in. Looked like an alley-oop, but now Mars is going to go in. So Moomiander trying to get a kill here. They'll take out Misha, so they've got one. No Warlock, no Chaotic Offering. They toss him into the air once again. BZM in trouble. Taiga falls. And TSM making their presence felt in the OG jungle. And they're looking right on at Roche to take the first Aegis.
It's not the fastest Roche lineup, but yeah, they have enough left in the tank on OG, so it should be pretty free still.
Yeah, meta's up for a while. This will be, like you said, not the fastest, but with two heroes that on OG, they're not making the move.
Yeah, Amas also is looking to catch back up. Went into the Dragonlance and Force Staff. Hurricane Pike first item on Viper. It's pretty unusual.
Still is the Rod of Atos queued up too.
Probably for the rest of the game.
So now though, even with the Aegis on TSM, do you feel confident as OG when you've got Dream Coil back up with Chaotic Offering and the Elder Dragon form ready to go?
I think it could just be a farming Aegis as well. Like they're not really in any rush to do anything.
Right.
You want to have Terrorblade's next item before you feel really comfortable. But Tiny, he has a DD bottle and he has an Echo Saber, so if you can get on top of heroes, that's a big if.
And he's got the help of Moomiander and Saberlight to the side if they do make the jump. Like you said, no Blink Dagger yet on Bryle. He's finally going for one. He'll be that initiator. Not that it was necessary there in that last fight. They were able to walk up on the aggression of OG. They started. They went with the Dream Coil, and then the counterplay was there from TSM.
Yeah, that's really the only way for TSM to fight right now. They have to wait for OG to come to them until you finish a Blink Dagger on the Tiny, which is 600 away. I also have yet to see really the impact of the 4 DK. He almost has his Blink Dagger, so that's nice. But yeah, so far, Taiga wasn't really able to do a whole lot.
Taking a look at what Dubu's getting. He's going Veil.
Yeah, Veil is very strong, of course, with the Venomancer. Amplifying all that nice, juicy damage.
So uncharacteristic of OG. They just, maybe not allowing. Obviously, TSM, they feel like they found their stride, but they are inside the OG jungle constantly. OG is not really the team that allows that so much, where they're just like, all right, you're in our jungle, you're making your home, you're finding your farm. Like, that's ours. They usually make sure to clean out these heroes. Blink past Moomiander, so they're going to try and get a quick kill here and maybe look for more. Bryle is in the vicinity. He does have that double damage active. They clean up some vision and, well, see what they can do, or looking to clean up some vision. Place their own.
He has his Blink Dagger now, and DD is still active for half duration. So they might look up to do a quick smoke. Yep, it's just him and the Phoenix smoking up together. And whoever they find could die real fast. Viper is pretty tanky though. He's gonna sit at 2k health, plus the Essence Ring as well.
Gonna make the jump, but Taiga's on the mark first. He goes in with the Blink as well as the Dragon Tail. The Chaotic Offering is in. Avalanche was thrown out, so stops OG for a moment. They go with that ulti from the Venomancer, and they've got the kill on a Saberlight to start. The Supernova is well too far back. That is forcing OG to retreat, though, and now they look over at Moomiander. They've got themselves killing spree on BZM. They get the kill onto the Marcy. They look over at Saberlight once again. Let's see if they can make a move and try and find it going the other way. Bryle with the Avalanche as well as the toss. BZM quite low. Bryle sticking with him. Tomato gets the kill, takes away the killing spree, and it ends up being a 2-for-1. But getting BZM is a big target and a streak going into their hands.
Yeah, they're very, very strong in the team fight right now with the Veno ult as well as the Supernova. Also a little bit unfortunate for Moonmeander that he's the one dying first, because he's still going for that Midas. He's going to have that minute 20.
Oh, okay.
It's
One day,
unbelievable
he might...
I can't believe that we're seeing two Midases in one game.
He might go to the blink, right? He's got it queued up.
I hope so. That would be very
He's not
late
going to go to the Midas and then at
Why do you have a glove of
minutes.
haste, though, on a Marcy?
Well, you can give up on the Midas.
No, it feels real bad, trust me.
I know it feels bad, but like Blink's going to feel better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I guess we'll see what he does. But Marcy's not really a flash farmer, so
No.
it's going to take a while until we really will be able to witness what it's going to go
We'll
for.
find out in 17. Oh, he's... Okay. He bought the recipe.
Yep. Nice.
Real
Well, if the game
Midas
goes
gaming.
60 minutes, he is
He'll
going to
have
be a
Blink.
core.
Yeah, he'll have Blink. Well, core might be ambitious.
Ah, Midas helps you farm, right?
Yeah, it does.
How many uses does it take to...
A lot.
It gives 160, right? So
Yeah.
14 uses-ish.
Yeah, to get that that gold back.
It's not that long. Just
The
like
experience is the nice.
just at 20 minutes.
Dire's top tower is
Remember the
under
Midas
attack.
patch? Everybody was buying Midas.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
Very fun. Oh, Blink Dragon Tail coming through after the Icarus dive, so Dubu in trouble. Sunray off the map. But, well,
And
he doesn't have a TP,
how does he get
so
there?
he's back. He's still dead.
Yeah, but how did he get
click,
there?
and there it is. It's the gravitational pull from the edge of the map that pulls you back. It's actually, that one spot is known as the gravity bind area.
I'm sure every spot off the map has that. That one spot is no different B-Cup, sorry. That's not how physics work in Dota.
There's physics.
You know, everything you ever like learned about physics at school makes no sense in Dota. It's like its own world.
Yeah, it could have its own physics.
Yeah.
Aegis expires, so now we'll see if TSM, if they want to still fight or farm. Because Terrorblade feeling like he's in a great spot. He's got the Scotties going into the Satanic.
So no BKB at all. Okay, that's a little
Not
bit
yet.
risky. Not
But
yet.
we've seen it in the past, right? Maybe you lose a fight and all of a sudden it's like,
Uh-oh.
well, I need BKB.
This puck is pretty annoying.
It doesn't happen in pubs though. Usually it takes like 5 or 6 deaths before that person's like, okay, I need BKB.
Yeah, but you can't tell him.
yeah.
Because if you tell him, he's going to buy back.
I'll buy whatever I want. Just tell me how to play my game. Taiga in some trouble. Avalanche toss comes in for the blink from Bryo with the right clicks coming out from Tomato.
What's the meta used, though?
Popped that meta, yeah. I was going to say, that is a quick pop on that. Quick fingers on the Metamorphosis, and it would almost dictate that they go tower.
Yeah.
Go for the tower.
I mean, they were going to do it regardless, but yeah, now the meta's going to be on cooldown. And I would hope that OG is going to try to fight them, really. Like, this Midas Ursa hasn't really paid off yet because you basically allowed Terrorblade to have an entirely free game, and you're already countered by him. So now he has his BKB. I really want him to put under pressure now. The later this goes, the harder it gets.
Dire's top tower.
True.
And they smoke up straight away. They're looking for some Stranglers.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Can they
under
find
attack.
any? They've got one in Moomiander. He doesn't have rebound even if he wasn't silenced, but he goes into the unleash and they'll unleash his life and take him to the grave. So Amar on a killing spree. He's quietly finding himself a lot of farm. He's third on the net worth. Like I said, you know, you may shut down his lane, but he knows where to go. He knows where to farm and he knows where to pick it back up.
But he's also a Viper against the Terrorblade.
True.
Like, it doesn't matter who you are, if the matchup is just terrible.
Dire's top tower
You will
is
die.
under attack.
Does he have a shot in on Viper? No.
Middle tower
The Amar's not the kind of guy that would buy a shot on Viper.
are fortified. Dire's bottom tower
Is that
under
by the way,
attack.
is that terrible spelled T-E-R-R-O-R-B-L-E? Terrible.
Yeah.
Are scanning.
How else would you spell?
Just want to make
Dire's
sure.
bottom
No, just
tower
asking.
is under attack.
Alright,
Radiant's
finally, the mid-talk is taken out. Minute 23. Super late.
middle
Very
tower
late.
has fallen.
Yeah.
You only see this if the games are completely one-sided. Generally, there's the tower still up, but
But it's not that
Yeah,
one-sided.
it's not.
Until we haven't really felt TB's presence, right?
Yeah.
He's been involved a little bit. He had that metamorphosis over in the jungle. They used it, of course, not that one, just prior, the one before that, when
Yeah.
it got on the Aegis. They
look
might
at his
just do it
quick
again.
by the way. He went for the BKB.
Yeah, he's listening.
Before dying, even.
So he recognized
Yeah,
that.
very
That's-
mature. That's very mature.
I know they were giving out stats on the stream, like they had other players evaluating other players. That's adaptability 99. I don't know if that was a stat on there, but
Yeah, I think so. Adaptation or something.
yeah, 99. Knowing before you die to get that BKB.
Yeah. You never want to give away the advantage, especially if you're 16k net. If you're 3k net ahead of the Ursa, like
It's a lot.
it's gonna get really tough to fight. Like Ursa needs to stick on top of Terrorblade for like a good 10 seconds. Probably needs to get like 2 overpowers off and a couple more auto attacks to really be able to threaten him. And how do you do that? Because he turns around, he hits you once, and you can't move anymore.
Yeah.
And if you can't move, you can't hit.
True. I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah. Alright,
BKB
BKB flying out.
Yeah.
It would be a shame if he gets caught right now. Oh, he doesn't.
No, he's TPing back.
Ever the wiser.
We'll say BZM and Brow are pretty much neck and neck in terms of net worth.
Oh, BKB on Tiny as well. It's a massive timing. 5-man smoke.
Yeah, this should
No
be
blink on
move.
Moomiander though. He'll have to use that Midas a couple more times.
Yeah, he's got 1,530 gold. They're going to try and make this move. It's not going to exactly line up with Roche as it's a long respawn.
He's
They need to find a bar. They've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. They're going to toss him back to Saberlight. The chaotic covering comes down with the BKB being popped by Bryle. They look over at Yuragi. They focus their attention onto Moomiander, who's trying to heal up with the Unleash. Misha getting low, and he'll fall too to a neutral creep. Amar ends up dying to Bryle, and it ends up so far with a 2-for-1. They want more. They can't quite get it with the TP out.
Yeah.
But still not a bad fight for TSM. Unfortunately for them, Roche is not up yet, and by the time Roche comes up, it's going to be about 40 seconds before Meta's back up.
Yeah, so team fight is going to be pretty difficult. However, TB, like with the Skadi, he's not purely solely reliant on Metamorphosis. He will still be able to hit some heroes.
Right.
And they can probably still just delay with Venom Wards and spam it and set the Reflection and whatnot, right? So, shouldn't be too big of an issue. But you saw the Ursa's reaction, right? Terrorblade runs up the hill, and Ursa's like, oh my god, I gotta run away. I can't do anything to this guy. And who in the team really can? Like, I can't see a single hero that can deal with the Terrorblade right now.
Gale on Taiga, TP attempts, but he's got the Yules. Moomiander's there, so is Tomato, and this is a quick one.
Did you see the high five?
Damage.
Like before even the ultimate, just got like, GG. I'm gonna Yule you.
Like,
Now, what costs more, B-Cup? What costs more? A TP scroll or 175 mana? What's more expensive?
What do you mean? Like,
Cause
gold to mana efficiency, like timing, or what exactly are you asking? What costs more?
I don't know what I'm asking.
I think you'd want the TP with Roche being up soon. So you could have just let yourself, you know, try and
now, you know,
run around the trees.
that was a trick question because...
Was I right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, probably, because I don't even know what I was asking.
What kind of professor are you? Dream Coil down, Moomiander dies, and Yuragi's got another one. That's a kill to get here that might allow them to go for Roche. Maybe not the biggest thing, but again, Tomato still without meta for 30 seconds. So how willing are TSM to go? OG know that Roche is up, and how quickly can they take it?
Just keep spamming Illusions in, keep spamming Fire Spirits. Venom Wards. It's very difficult to just take this Roche free. As I say that though, they're just starting to hit it. And they're continuing to hit it.
Venomous Gale, a little bit short.
And it's almost down.
Towards the hill. Sunray, maybe. Can they Icarus time to go in? They're going to go with the BKBs. They'll look over at Roche. Yuragi going for it, but the Aegis is snatched by Bryle. He picks it up. They're going to fight man-to-man, or bear to rock. They'll try and fight it. Tomato joins in. It's going to be a 2v1. They get the kill here on a Yuragi. Ooh. They'll take out the Ursa, and they'll look over at Amar. The damage is coming in with the help of the Avalanche to stun him up. They'll toss him away and take away his life. 2 heroes down on the side of OG, and they get the Aegis in their hands. Misha looking like a +1. Saberlight looking for the high 5. Misha won't give it to him, but hey, Saberlight, I got you.
It's just honestly, like, we spoke about how they have like a lot of just spam into the pit, right? Ursa was sitting at like, what, 80, 75% health maybe?
Right.
And Terrorblade just runs at him, hits him a couple of times. If he gets an Aegis, maybe there's a chance, but he had to preemptively already popped that BKB. So top ranks should be pretty free. Maybe they even want to go for more. No, Metamorphosis is about to expire, so probably not. It's just impossible to fight into the Terrorblade right now. Like, they made the conscious decision to go greedy on the Ursa, not to pick up the fast diffusal and put up the pressure. And this is what they have to deal with now. They will have to kill him once or twice. Maybe then they can like ramp up the damage on the Ursa enough to really fight the proper fight. But I don't think Timato's giving it to them. The way he's been playing has been near perfect.
Taking a look back at this fight, you see the BKBs come out. There was the Waning Rift. They've got the Supernova over to the side. Just snatches the Aegis, and Ursa desperately needed that. And once he doesn't pick it up, Yuragi's pretty much dead already.
Yeah.
And then they look for more, and And this is Amar. Yule's up into the air thanks to Saberlight. They'll lock him down. Avalanche toss. This really was great execution from TSM. Just on the edge of knowing that Metamorphosis was going to come back up. So really well done.
Meander in trouble.
Meander, he got the dispose, but the rest of OG are here. They've got the help from Mishu with the upheaval. They don't even need BZM to help get that kill. I saw that it was Yuragi who picked up the shard, and he actually did use it. So he's got that Earthshock shard upgrade.
Yeah. His super strong Tomato's going to get found out here.
Tomato winning Rift. They've got the Aegis on Bryle. It's not up to Tomato. The chaotic offering. There's the Manta. Tomato with the BKB on the run.
Silver
Icarus
Edge.
dive and ooh, gets away with the Silver Edge just by the skin of his teeth.
Invisibility is invincibility everywhere. Not just in the MMR brackets.
So my bracket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you did quite, you know, you could climb a bit from when I saw in Romania, I believe.
I climbed. I've climbed.
Yeah.
I'm still climbing. I'm learning.
Slow
Well,
and steady wins the race, become.
Right now I've lost 7 in a row, but that's
okay, as long as you don't tilt. Don't tilt.
I've taken a little bit of a break. I'm going to be bumping for my next goal next when I go back on.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
4K lead for TSM.
Yeah.
Still 2 minutes on this Aegis.
Yeah, they can use it as a farming Aegis still if they want to. They still have some items to go, but they don't want to do that. Smoke up as 4 into the enemy triangle. But of course, OG also knows that they aren't showing anywhere else. This is probably the destination they're going to choose.
Who's here at top?
I've just been looking around for OG for like some power spikes, power timings, like how do you deal with the Terror Blade? You have a Basher now on the Ursa. It's just you can't really ever jump into the Terror Blade. Like his illusion will just kill you. There's so much support for the Terror Blade.
BCM level 25.
Yeah, but it's still 5 levels
upgrade.
away. I don't even know if he will reach 25 by the time the game ends.
If they can turtle it, if they can hold on, maybe they do. But TSM, they look like they're in a good spot to continue the onslaught. It's not exactly like it's out of OG's hands, but like you say, you don't really see or feel that power spike just yet.
Yeah, it's only a 4K lead, but you can see how scared OG is. They know this Terror Blade is just too strong.
Yeah, they're just looking to farm at the moment. Yuragi, he's going into the MKB. Tycho wants a Ghost Scepter. This Warlock, he's got Arcane Boots, so full build. And then, you know, Puck. Let's see what he can do once he's got the Octarine Core.
Also found the Paladin Sword, of course. So, ooh, close TP out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Amar's got this Halberd. How much is this really going to help him?
Not a whole lot. That's the thing. Terror Blade doesn't really get countered by Halberd because he has so many illusions also hitting you. Like Halberd is more like, I guess it's good against Tiny. He does a lot of single target damage. This tree club, but yeah, like it's just there's not a whole lot Amar can do in this game. Like Terror Blade is just too strong. There's nothing you can really itemize to counter him.
Blink in, Avalanche, and they're going to get the Dragon Tail. It's doing a Bryo. Do they have the damage to get the kill here out of the Tiny? He's still holding onto that Aegis. It's up for another 5 seconds. If the timing's right, maybe they can kill him.
They're waiting,
without
they're waiting.
The Aegis. They're holding their fire, and they're going to look with the BKB being popped by Bryo. There goes the Aegis. Do they have the damage to get the kill? They're running into the Supernova. They've got BZM on the backlines. They get the kill to move into. There's the Dream Coil. It drops Bryo like the rock he is. He turns into gravel, and they'll look over at Saberlight. They've got themselves 3, and OG holds successfully, and they'll take out this TSM push. It was an aggressive play from Bryle, and it doesn't pay off, and it was wise for OG. Somebody checked the inventory. They knew, and they had the countdown timer when they wanted to kill him.
Yeah, they got really messy. So the mistake TSM made here is they went away from the Terror Blade. Terror Blade is basically your tower that you want to play around, but Bryle went in real deep, hoping that they would kill him and pop the Aegis, but OG was just like, no, we're not going to do that. Why would we?
Yeah, why? If we know, we know.
Yeah, and then of course the entire fight gets messy, right? Moomiander wants to help Bryle. They pop the Supernova to try to help Bryle, but ultimately...
Coil dropped by BZM. I thought he might have put himself in a very precarious position, right? Like right by that Supernova.
Yeah.
Drop
But then again,
Coil gets the kill. And he's
Tiny dies. What stuns do they have, right?
Yeah, they don't really have many. And as TSM were free to take the tier 2s mid and buy, well, right now with no Tiny and no Veno, feels like OG, they have the ability to just take these towers for free, but there is that glyph from TSM. They're smoked up, and TSM are looking for their moment. They finally have Bryle back. He immediately TPs to the tier 2 tower, and with that, OG retreat, and it might be a wait
Moon is
to
looking.
see the next Roche, but as I say that, Misha's in trouble, and he'll be the next one very dead.
Gets executed by Timato. And he's dead for 70. It's not a short timer. They might be looking to pressure the high ground again. Did they use meta in the last fight? They didn't even use meta.
It's going to be tough. Bryle has to be careful about his positioning. He can't just jump in like that.
Yeah, you just want to play around the terror blading.
Yeah.
As I said, here's your tower. You just defend your tower. If they go on him, Bryle goes in.
Okay. So we'll see if they could do that now. OG, they've cut the deficit to just 2K.
Yeah. He needs, how much gold is that? 500 gold, and he will have the Abyssal Blade at the ready.
What is the Ursa?
Abyssal Blade on Terror Blade, not super common.
Abyssal.
But yeah, Abyssal Blade also on Ursa, of course. Is just
Yeah, he was going MKB before, so taking that check, and he does have that Abyssal
they
Blade.
need the BKB piercing lockdown, so it makes a lot of sense. They're still lacking damage though, so if +1 damage item comes out on him, they will have a very good chance of actually being this terrible in the team fight.
Taiga may be thinking about going in with that Elder Dragon form, but they don't commit to that wave push, so it's not quite what they wanted. An Elder Dragon form, it's got 3/4 the duration, so maybe they could use it at some point. Taiga's still sitting here up towards top if they were to make the move, and Yuragi kind of maybe showing himself as a little bit of bait.
Look at BZM, level 23. One more team fight, you know, he is going to be level 25, and then those BKBs, they won't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, so they 4-man smoke. They've got Yuragi, the one who's not smoked. BZM, his smoke gets broken. He'll jaunt over with the Illusory Orb. The Fire Spirit doesn't land. Phase Shift Blink, and then another Illusory Orb over towards the outpost. TSM, they're looking to control, they're looking to go and maybe find their opening as they'll see the vision. But here they go on the side of OG. They've got Yuragi going in with the Abyssal Blade. It's Cat buffering off to the side. That's not going to do too much, but the damage is out. They get the kill on the Taiga. That Elder Dragon form's not going to matter with Zulu going down and no Supernova out for the side of TSM. They might be in some trouble. There is no Phoenix in this fight, no Supernova to rely on and maybe fight within, as the rest of TSM need to get out of this one. The BKBs are no longer there. They've got the 4 heroes, but the Waning Rift, it lands on a 3. Can they follow it up? Illusory Orb again. There's Bryle with the TP as well as Saberlight. BZM is searching, BZM is looking, and here comes Yuragi. He's gonna help. You're into the forest with the big bad bear, and well, Yuragi will claim Moomiander as his token throne.
The fights are becoming very, very messy. Like, Terrorblade is just not getting to hit anyone. They're always just kiting him, running away from him. And that's exactly what they have to do, right? If you can't deal with the problem, well, not always it's the best choice, but in this case, just ignore the problem. No, kill everything around him. He can't 1v5 you. There's no way. Now the third Roshan is going to go Refresher Shard. Who's that going to go to? Could be good on the Warlock, could be good on the Puck. Maybe they will just keep it on the Ursa as well. He gave it over to the Warlock. It's going to be a double Rock. Double Fatal Bonds can be very potent, because we all know they stack. It's a lot of potential damage.
You know how Wraith King's got the Arcana? He takes the token bones.
Yeah?
You think all heroes should have access to that? They take the token bones and then they
it's too savage.
turn it into a chest. And
No, it's too savage because
get the bone throne.
we are child-friendly.
Yuragi, BZM. Just put the pressure on, looking for the tier 2 tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
BZM almost 25. That talent is so game-changing. Every time you get that Dream Coil Pierces Magic Immunity talent, Puck just becomes a different hero. And he's also going to the Overwhelming Blink, so he took some lessons from Yuragi. He's going to go in and out. That cooldown on the Illusory Orb is ridiculous. 5 seconds, by the way.
Yeah, we've talked about low cooldown things in the past, especially with that Arc Warden that had the cooldown reduction. It was quite low on everything.
Yeah. So probably they spoke about it. It's like, hey, can you do what I did the other day? And BZM's like, yeah, let me show you. I got this.
Illusory Orb cleaning up the creep wave. BZM
25.
level 25.
Oh, he takes the good talent.
The Dream Coil, pierces magic immunity. The rapid fire doesn't make sense here, but of course that Dream Coil magic immunity pierce is quite nice.
Now the big question though is he gonna get a Timeless Relic? Because Timeless Relic plus Dream Coil is ridiculously OP.
Ooh, they're gonna go. They found themselves Tomato for a second, but again, invisibility is invincibility.
Yeah.
Yuragi now kind of getting kited a little bit. They need to be careful. They've got the rest of the team behind him. Are TSM willing to fight? They'll throw an illusion over. They've got Bryle going with the Avalanche as well as a toss, but they've got the Dream coil available to lock them down if they start to run. It was the Dragon Tail that hit on a Moon Meander. That will get them the kill.
Very
Supernova is very far back. And they'll look over at Yuragi. He's getting run down, but he does have this Aegis. So do you really want to chase the bear? We've seen it. And like I said, he wants to add the token bones to his throne.
Oh, they gave him the cheese last second, so he doesn't die to the Poison Nova. But Black Poison Nova isn't lethal. Yeah, I know, but the poison thing on it too. You know, we don't want to spread false rumors here.
No, not at all.
And they're looking to go high ground. Still no shot though.
Ooh, they'll find Tomato. Here they go with the right clicks. They've got the Abyssal Blade to follow it up, and they're locking down this Terror Blade. He tries to get Viz, the bashes with the Dream Coil coming in. They get the kill to Tomato. He has buyback, but he will not have Metamorphosis. They look over at Brown. They've got themselves the Waning Rift. They've got the Silence to lock him down and take him out. So Bryo's gone, Tomato's out, the Bolt buyback, down goes Saberlight. These three heroes are very necessary for the defense for TSM. OG looking to hold the high ground on the opposite side of the map here on TSM's base. Waning Rift once again, Silence is up two, Moomiander in trouble, the right click's coming in, BZM's got himself a triple kill, and now looking through, BZM, can he just retreat? Yeah, it's pretty free for him as the glyph is used, but OG, no need to back up just yet. They're free to do whatever they want. If they want to continue, they can. If they want to back up, well, it's their game right now. We're all just kind of living in it.
Yeah, but they should be continuing to pressure here. They also have those Shadow Word, AoE to keep them all full HP at all times. They have Puck to poke in and out, so they shouldn't really be afraid of anything. MKB now also picked up on Ursa, so there's a damage item we spoke about. He already shredded Terror Blade, and with that item, it's going to become just that much easier.
Misha with the shard, using that AoE Shadow Word, healing up his teammates. BZM, he's going to boots travel TP towards bot, or at least he was showing that he was going to do that.
And then he canceled.
And then he canceled.
Yeah, so now we've reached the point in the game where Terror Blade doesn't feel unkillable anymore, right? There's so much damage output now from the Puck as well as the Ursa that they have. Oh, he also finally finds the Timeless Relic on Puck. This is like the most broken item on him. Coil duration goes up, silence duration goes up, all the spell damage obviously goes up as well. There's nothing better. But yeah, like, what do you really do now to prevent the Terror Blade from getting kited? Because every team fight is getting kited, and post BKB, he gets taken down from full to zero. And there's not really whole they can do. Maybe if the egg is in like a little better position, they don't have great heroes to keep him in the egg though. Or the egg radius rather. It's after the bottom fight, honestly, where they dove the base, the entire game turned on its head. It's been all OG since then.
Yeah. And OG still kind of hold the driver's seat. They're up so much gold. It felt like Ursa wasn't exactly going to be able to do much, but he gets right on top of the TB and then just lays it on him.
Yeah, has a DD now bottled as well. Not super potent on Ursa, still a strong steroid, of course. And you can see TSM is pretty darn scared to get out, so OG wants to take the fight to them. They need to deal with those Terror Blade illusions though.
Can't just let them wander and waddle their way towards mid.
It's so annoying when you see them just walk towards the lane. So Amar's going to be dealing with that.
So is BZM.
Has in a Cane Rune too. Okay, let's see the cooldown of Puck when he gets to the Cane Rune. He bottles it, okay. He's a smart player. We all know he's a smart player, so we'll have to wait a little bit.
Man, look at that hero damage.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. They're smoking around. It's just so hard to now find a good team fight for OG. There's still a golem from the back line every time. Moomian's just dead.
Oh, wow.
Instantly.
Blew him up in just a heartbeat. Dream Coil.
Oh, he broke the coil.
And he's going to break it on Saberlight. They should be able to get the follow-up on this one. He'll use himself into the air. Tomato never breaks his coil. He'll go to the ulti, but that's just to deter them from probably going forward for the rest of his team. He's dead for 75 seconds. He does not have buyback. Meanwhile, they need to be careful. These creeps were coming in top. Their first tier 4 is almost dead.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter so much though because they have complete map control. So I don't think
they'd sneak it.
Yeah, they can't. Unless they're pushing top all the way. But yeah, BCM is being very careful. Of course, you don't want to have any random Terror Blade pushing into the throne or anything like that. Stealing that win from you. Because right now it just really looks like an OG win. Like, what do you really do against the Puck now? They build a Hex on the Venomancer, but he's so tanky on the Puck. He's sitting at 3.3k health with the Shiva's Guard. They don't have the damage output to kill him, even during a Hex duration. So I'm not entirely sure what their plans to do with the puck. Do they have any more hexes coming up, perhaps? No. No hexes. If BZM plays like he has, like he will just solo carry every team fight pretty much.
Feels like that's been the control that they need. He's actually going into this Revenant's Roach.
Oh, very interesting. Not something we see all day. Gives you True Strike, and you can hit E-bladed targets, but they don't have an E-blade even, I believe. I mean, if you have that much gold, you don't really know what to spend it on. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Ag's being built for Saberlight. We'll see if he gets into that. That's going to be a tough ask to get to that.
Yeah. These heroes on OG, mega scary. Almost Swift Blink also done on Ursa. And the items are just coming and coming and coming. The only rich hero is Terrorblade still, but we already spoke about them. You can't 1v5 in this kind of game.
5 seconds till Roche. Could be big if TSM take this fight.
Yeah.
But that's, like I just said, tough ask. Very tough ask. So they're going to have to be very careful if you're TSM and maybe get themselves a start-off kill with the Mar, but
So
they're not going to get it just
though.
yet. He's got the Lotus Orb. He tosses Bryle up into the air as he tossed him. Yuragi's in, but now on the run. Supernova in a decent spot. They've got the Waning Rift. It's on to 3, so that'll stop them from moving forward. Coil's down on the 4. BCM, he's got the control, but does he have the life to survive it all? They get the kill on the 2, but they'll take the Phoenix. They'll look over now at Tomato. The Sunder reflected. No, 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 you do not get my life. I'll take yours. They'll look for Bryle. They'll look for the team wipe. TSM's in trouble, and they only lose the Warlock. My, oh my, OG obliterate and wipe the floor with TSM.
It was really close for Terrorblade to be able to live there as well. You don't have the Satanic though, even after the Sunder. Ursa just shreds you to pieces. Puck lived on 50 health and gets like a double kill afterwards. So many good things were happening for TSM, but they just needed a little bit more damage. We see the fight recap here as well. They initially go on the Viper, but he's too tanky, and then look what Puck is doing. 4-man Waning Rift, 4-man Coil, and there's just way too much damage and Disable coming out from him.
Buybacks.
Look at Puck's health too in that replay. Ooh, 50 health.
Look at the Sunder. Nope. No thanks.
Lotus Orb is a great item. Oh, they're fountain diving them even.
Yeah. Any
Well.
mantles dropped yet? No.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, dispose? No.
Ooh.
Close.
You're
But
also dead.
Moon Meander will fall. BZM gets the kill, and everybody's dead on the side of TSM. They'll call GG, and OG will grab this first game.
I now also believe that means TSM is eliminated from the tournament, unfortunately. And it also means that if OG wins one more game, Nigma is not first in the group anymore.
Ooh. So still a lot to play for.